What's up, guys? George back again to do another review. This is for the brand new Star Wars film, The Last Jedi, Episode 8. There will be some spoilers in this video. So if you don't want to, and if you haven't seen it yet, I would imagine everybody that wanted to see it has saw it by now. Went tonight feeling a little bit under the weather for the last couple days. Just fighting a little cold, nothing major, but we just got back, and I gotta say, I didn't like it. Did not like this film. The first half of the film, I was ready to leave. It was, man, that pains me to say it, that I just did not like this film. Not even a little bit. The last 45 minutes of the film I enjoyed. The rest of it was just a bloated mess, I thought. Too many one-liners. They totally... My worst fear came to fruition with this film, and it's a Disney film. They turned it into a Disney franchise. I thought the opening sequence of the film was good, and the stuff with Luke and Rey was good. Everything else was just a bloated mess. 2.5 hours, I think. Cheers. It's got my tea, so fighting this fucking cold. But it was a bloated mess. It really was. 2.5 hours was way too long. They could have cut about 45 minutes out of this whole film, and it might have saved the film a little bit for me. Some of the action sequences towards the end of the film I thought were well done. I did not like the way that Rian Johnson, is that his name, whoever directed this film, didn't like the way he did it at all. I'm kind of glad that J.J. Abrams is coming back to do Episode 9. But now I know they announced a new trilogy that this Rian Johnson's going to do that has nothing to do with the Skywalker family. Taking my Dayquil. Man, it was just a bloated nightmare. It really was. I'm so disappointed. Like with the last film I saw, The Force Awakens in theaters twice. I wanted to go back and see it a second time. This one I don't. I'll wait till it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray to revisit it again. There was just chunks of this movie that did not belong. There was no need for it. And like I said, it almost felt like a TV show, like a TV movie, or an episode of like Star Trek or something. It was, man, I'm so disappointed. Some of the reviews I read that loved this film, I don't know what they were watching. I consider myself a diehard Star Wars fan, and there was other people in this theater that were on the way out. We're talking like, I can't believe I can't believe people are ripping this film, and that was the best Star Wars film yet. And I'm like, dude. I don't know. I was really bummed with it. It was just all over the place. There was too many storylines in it, I thought. The storyline of Finn and new character Rose going to this casino and finding this guy that's like a code breaker who ends up being that, what's his name? Benicio del Toro. That whole segment of the movie did not need to be in it. Them going to look for that code breaker or whatever it was, and that whole sequence of them in the casino, or with this planet with the casino on it, was just ridiculous. It was just a bloated, looked like a CW TV show or something. It was just bad. The CGI work in some of it was not very good. I don't know, compared to the last movie. I thought the last movie mirrored A New Hope, but I thought it was done so well that, that was my only complaint about that. It was just like a mirror of A New Hope, but I thought the movie was fantastic. This one was just not. It was not a good film. Yoda makes an appearance in it as a space as the Jedi ghost, whatever they're called, Force spirit or some shit. I'm sure heard by now Luke dies in this one. Well, he disappears in this one after he shows up to fight Kylo Ren, and it's a whole ridiculous. I mean, I thought that part was awesome, but then the end of it, when he kind of disappears, Kylo figures out that he's a hologram of himself. Man, very disappointed in this film. Really am. Maybe I'll like it on a second watch. I don't know if I expected too much out of it. It wasn't as dark as I thought it was going to be. There was some stuff in it that was a little dark, but like the whole chemistry between Rey and Kylo Ren, and Snoke pretty much using Kylo Ren to get to Rey, and then Kylo turns on Snoke and kills Snoke, but then he doesn't come back. He's just trying to advance himself in the First Order, like to be the main villain, or the main, the Emperor kind of guy. Which I had a feeling that was going to happen. No cliffhanger ending this time. They had a nice little dedication to Carrie Fisher at the end, in the credits. They dedicated the movie to her. And I don't know where this goes from here. Basically, it's just a band of rebels now against the First Order. In episode 9, there's not many people left. I would imagine Luke's going to come back as a Force ghost in episode 9 at some point. And possibly Yoda again. I don't know. It was just a bloated mess, this film. For as good as Phantom Menace, Jesus, that was the worst one of them all. For as good as The Force Awakens was, and even Rogue One was, I expected a lot more out of The Last Jedi. It was just, oh man, I don't even know how to process this whole mess. Like I said, the last 45 minutes of the film I did enjoy. I thought it was good, but the rest of it was just, I was many times scratching my head like, what are they doing? I took my two sons and my buddy drummer Mike. He thought the same thing. He liked it a little more than I did, and obviously my little guy loved it. And I think that's the whole point of this film. It was aimed. Star Wars is definitely aimed towards children at this point. Maybe I'm getting too old for it. I don't know, but I look for a story and action. Not a ton of action in this film. I mean, there's a bit. The opening sequence was fantastic. And then there was just a lot of unnecessary one-liners and unnecessary CGI animals in it that had no bearing on the film whatsoever. And that's exactly what my biggest fear of them signing with Disney and Disney buying out Lucas was this film. Hopefully J.J. Abrams will redeem it for Episode 9. But like I said, normally I would go to the theater and see it again. The only other film I didn't see a second time in the theaters was Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, because I didn't like any of those. I didn't really hated Phantom Menace. Attack of the Clones was better. And I liked the third one, Revenge of the Sith. I thought was a decent film. But I saw, A New Hope and Empire and Jedi, Return of the Jedi when I was a kid a couple times each in the theater. And The Force Awakens I saw twice in the theater. And this one I will not go back to see in the theater. It's a shame. But anyway, leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of it. There's just so much to process with this film. I definitely will see it again, just not in the theater. I'll wait for the Blu-ray. Obviously I'll buy it on Blu-ray and watch it again. But I don't know. I didn't feel good about it. Halfway through the film, like I said, I was ready to roll. I'm like, this is bad. Like, I'm not enjoying this at all. I kind of checked out by that point, and then more stuff with Luke was happening that I liked. I thought that whole dynamic between him and her probably could have been touched upon a little better. They're trying to expand the universe entirely too much, I think. Because they know there's a lot of money there to be made on all this shit. So, but as an early diehard fan of the early films, there's just no adventure to this. There was no adventure to this film like it was the original trilogy, and even the last movie, and Rogue One. There was just no. I don't want to say it was predictable, but it kind of was. I don't know. Now they killed off Snoke. They killed off Luke. Obviously, they're going to make Kylo like the big bad dude in Episode 9. They're going to make Rey the new Jedi, whatever she is. They touched upon a kid at the very end that moved a broom with his thoughts. So I guess there's a whole new crop of Jedi going to show up. Jedi kids, they're going to need to be trained, and she's it right now. She's the last Jedi right now. So anyway, disappointing. If I had to give it a star rating at this point, I'd give it probably a 2.5 out of 5. 2.5 out of 5. And that's being a little generous, I think. If they cut an hour out of this film and made it an hour and a half long, cut out the whole casino part of the film and just other bullshit here and there, I think it would have been a solid film. Even if they cut out 45 minutes of it, made it an hour and 45-minute long film, or cut it down to 2 hours, it would have definitely helped. 2.5 hours of bloated nonsense is a long time to sit through a film. But maybe on a second viewing of it, I'll feel differently. I don't know. Right now, I don't feel good about the film at all, like I did The Force Awakens, and even Rogue One. Oh well, can't love them all, I guess. So next up will be the Han Solo film, I guess in the spring. I saw a movie poster for it at the theater today. And then they're talking about Episode 9 and a Obi-Wan film with Ewan McGregor. That should be pretty, hopefully it'll be pretty cool. And it sounds like the Boba Fett film might be back on too, so I'd rather watch the individual films at this point. So anyway, that's it. Like I said, leave a comment below. Not a big fan of this film. Didn't absolutely hate it, but I didn't love it. It was just blah. It was alright. Kind of bloated. Too long. It's a shame, but we'll see what happens next time in Episode 9 when Abrams directs it. So I just didn't like the director in this film. Didn't like it at all. But anyway, leave me a comment below. I'm going to take off, finish my tea, and go to bed. Try and kick out this cold a little bit, but I'll have hopefully a new LP update before the holidays, before Christmas. A couple other little things. Nothing major. No new reviews now because nothing really coming out unless I get some import stuff. But anyway, that is it. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Click that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought of The Last Jedi. And subscribe if you haven't. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.